Alrighty, welcome again. What do you do when you're locked down? We make videos, and we're having a great time making videos. One of the things we're very lucky with today is we have our tutor for drums and bass, Jarrad, doing some demonstrations on drums. Now there's a couple of things I want you to look at here. First of all, Jarrad is not overworking himself. So many young drummers come in and literally pound the daylights out of their drum kits. He's not. Watch how he's just calm, centered, does the job, but it's like a metronome. And that's what we need. We don't need people smashing and bashing things and then losing time because they get tired. He can go all day like this and it just ticks over. And as a band leader and someone that's worked in front of him, it's one of the most amazing things. It just adds to the performance so much. It anchors everybody. And that's what your job is as a drummer. All right, the first rhythm we're going to look at is a swing rhythm. Here's Jarrad playing a swing rhythm. Let's break that down and let's look at individual parts. Now, first of all, we start with the bass drum. The kick drum is important in some areas. Often when you have a good bass player or a good piano player or a good rhythm section, you don't need the bass drum at all. You can pull it off and not play with it and just use it to emphasize certain phrases and things. It gives a lightness to the feel, but it's important. In this case, Jarrad's on his own. That's what's anchoring this speed down. Okay, so we're going along there. Watch how his foot is moving. It's not stabbing it. It is actually rocking. Have a look. There you go. Now, on the other end of it, of course, we have the ride cymbal and we have the snare running. So we're going to look at the snare drum. The snare drum has a technique called rim shot or cross stick, and that's how we can get a nice light sound playing without the full power of the drums. Great. Notice the hi-hat is also playing in time, so that that whole anchor is there all the way through. Now let's look at the cymbal. The ride cymbal, this is a 20-inch ride, I think, or a 22-inch. So it's a big ride, it's a heavy ride, which is beautiful for jazz because it just rings. You don't get a crisp, short sound, you get a nice, warm, ringing sound. But what I want you to concentrate on is looking at what he does with the head of the stick. The stick is bouncing, it's light, it's just there, it's just pulling straight back off the rhythm every time around. And that, when you put it together, that's our swing rhythm. Most drummers don't play swing rhythms. They go and they play rock beat, rock beat, rock beat. And I tell you what, as a teacher, you get so sick and tired of every little year 7 kid coming in playing a rock beat. Chonk, 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 chonk. Timing is important, but so is making it happen. Okay, this is the rock beat. Let's see how it is, how he's playing it, keeps it going, drives it. Again, let's break it down a little bit and have a look. Have a look at what's happening in the kick drum department. Now, in rock rhythms, kick drums are so important and so need to be so accurate on the first beat. You can see it there, you can see the way it's driving, but it's also adding a nice little syncopated bounce to it. Hi-hat and snare, to me, I often listen to the hi-hat when I'm working because that's something that I just hear, that chick, 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 it's just there, it's just, the eighth beats just locate everything for me beautifully. But you can syncopate that, we can work with that, we can build on that all the time, and that's fantastic. Then of course, when we put it all together, this is what you get. So Jarrad had a ball doing that, and he's not the greatest guy in front of the camera. He much prefers, like me, to be behind the camera, but we're very, very fortunate at MBM to have Jarrad as our drum and bass tutor and the right-hand man in so many parts of this business. And he's an excellent musician. He's not a drummer who plays music. He's a musician who plays drums. And that's something that's vitally important, because you'll notice in his playing, he is genuinely getting interested, getting keen, and making that instrument sound, not just playing a rhythm. And that's vital as a drummer. If you get the chance to see Jarrad live, you'll often see him playing 3 or 4 totally independent percussion parts at the same time. That's a real musician. Thanks, JB. Catch you next time.